My people, my Nets fans, the congregation, Tabernacle not going to get on the move like this. It's not. We church players, we can't operate with this type of losing environment, with this stench of Kenny Atkinson wafting up from the soil. This is not who we are. We are here to win a championship. This paint by numbers coaching cannot be we cannot stand for that. Y'all got to go back. Y'all got to have a meeting. Coaches only. Basketball is a meritocracy. We can't just be playing homeboys. And I really feel like KD felt it. I really felt like after the game, KD felt it was necessary to say, Jarrett Allen is pretty good. And he's playing hard and we're going to need him. I think that was KD trying to let the media know, yo, it's not me that, like, I gave up some money so that Deandre could come because that's my man. But it's not my fault that he's starting. That's them. That's Sean and them. Sean and them, I'm not impressed by this. Sean and them, I know y'all saw 38% shooting from three, and y'all said, oh, we got to have Taurean Prince. $12 million before somebody come get you. And I had the nerve, so there was Net fans who had the nerve, said, that was a genius stroke by Sean Marks. Now they could use him in a trade. What trade? You think Sean Marks knows what's wrong with this team? They had a kid tonight on Memphis named Clark. Whoo! You think Kyle Anderson inexplicably was, busting our ass? This kid, Brandon Clark, every time our momentum started, this kid would come out of nowhere, grab a rebound, dunk on somebody, shoot a three, and he's a power forward. And all the other nerdy Nets podcasts are gonna say stupid things like, "Oh, what does these people want? A traditional back to the basket power forward?" Nobody wants that. Nobody's looking for Chris Webber. We know the game isn't played like that anymore. We're looking for guys who can stick this Clark kid. And it's not Taurean Prince. You doofus nerds. Y'all thought you could change the laws of physics and make someone who's as light in the ass as Taurean Prince guard someone who's as big as Giannis? This kid Clark balled out on defense, was physical, was banging with people. And here comes the gritty little Nets, Taurean Prince, Joe Harris, and Landry Shamet trying to piece together one rebound, all three of them crashing, trying to defend the paint together. This is ridiculous. You could have cut Taurean Prince and signed Christian Wood. But, oh, no, it would make your eyes bleed to see a 7-footer like Jarrett Allen. I know he's not 7 feet, but his arms basically make him 7 feet. Jarrett Allen, Kevin Durant at the small forward, and Christian Wood at the 4. Do you see how Christian Wood is killing people right now? He may be too good, but you could have had him instead. He was in the G League. He was on the sidelines looking for a team when you gave Taurean Prince $12 million for the next 2 years. It's not what a GM is not great because what he does when he has open cap space. Brooklyn bought people here. The players bought people here. Brooklyn will always be an attraction for free agents. Being in the biggest market in the world, even though the fact that we have an exclusive fan base, it's still New York City. So don't tell me you did the job by getting Kyrie and KD. You did, but you didn't really. Because you left some traps in there. Deandre Joradn? $10 million per? Deandre Joradn couldn't start for any team in the NBA. He did not start for the Knicks. Now, I know the reasons why was partly because they wanted to see what their young guys does. They knew they weren't going to re-sign him. But it also, those two things also was because he wasn't any good anymore. He was a throw-in in the Porzingis trade. And that's the dude that you got trotting out here like he's a thoroughbred, like it's 2014. Sean Marks, get your mind right. You're going to jack off a championship. Steve Nash, I think you need to check Sean Marks early. Because Atkinson rode with him for a long time, and I thought it was Atkinson. I knew Atkinson was getting fired the moment I saw him picking his ear and rub it all over his face. When I saw him do that, I said, that man is not leading us to the promised land. The dude that picks into his ear, digs out the earwax, and then uses it as chapstick with cameras on him, that dude was not leading us to nothing. And that's okay. That's okay. It's all right. We have Steve Nash now. But Steve Nash, you need that young horse you got on the bench, Jared Allen, to be out there. You need him getting better every day and marginalizing him to the bench and having him bring you back into these games when your lineups make sense is not fair on the kid. Now, I understand y'all may not want to pay him. I get that. But you better get all the value out of him now because he's better than Deandre Joradn. And that's a coaching mistake. And the other thing is, could you call a goddamn timeout? A timeout. Something's not right. Can you call a timeout and tell DeAndre Jordan to let go of that fart and actually jump for a rebound, actually close off a lane? Don't come in last minute trying to... Man, let's do the three things. I miss my partner Sam. I miss the more sane side of this. I'm going to start with the stat that tells us everything we need to know about this game and what happened. I hate that I'm doing plus minus 2 times in a row because I hate plus minus. But for me, that's what sticks out like a sore thumb. Okay? Not only was Kyle Anderson plus 13, Taurean Prince was negative 14, and there lies the ball game. Taurean Prince is not going to play his way out of this. We've watched him for the last, what is it now, 20 months? I think this player must be a really nice guy. Good person. You know, nobody, it shouldn't bring anyone any pleasure to tell someone that he's not good at his job. But he's not good at his job. And it's not fair to his teammates. It's not fair to anybody out. It's not fair to the fans. This is not what we signed up for. And if I can see it, why can't y'all? Right? This is a fan podcast. I don't even ask you guys to like and subscribe. I just want to come out here, have vibes, and just shoot the shit with y'all. And talk hoop. And this is what I got to talk about? This hurts my feelings. Let's talk about the player who most put his stamp on this game. I know you think I'm going to say Taurean Prince. I'm tired of saying this name. Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot showed us what this game could be. Showed us what the margin, the borderline. I am an NBA basketball player. I do these things. In the 20 months or so that Taurean Prince has been on our team, he's never had a game like TLC had tonight. But even he was affected, right? He couldn't do it all. He couldn't bring it home. And the reason why is because of the internal poison of Taurean Prince. But, Timothy, you're my player that epitomizes this game. Now let's talk about the moment that most tells us the story about what this game is. Or was. A play. So, at the end of the game, in the fourth quarter, I'm beating my head up against the wall because I'm trying to understand why Jarrett Allen is not in the game. Overtime comes in. Karras has the ball in his hand. And there is no space on defense. There is nothing. They know he's the guy. They take him away. Joe Harris gets the last shot. Eventually. And he misses. And we lose. And we go to overtime. Excuse me. If that was the best play that you could draw up and out of a timeout, it doesn't look good for us with Steve Nash. Now, Steve Nash can get better and will. Steve Nash has a lot of knowledge over there. And Ime Udoka looked like he was coaching his ass off. I don't know what he was saying, but on TV, looked good to me. So you know it's probably meaningless. But that inbounds play the last player of regular time